What's up, Banragto?
Ain't no way I just...
It's what up? Yeah, nah. What's up, Ragto fan? It's your boy, Banragto. Welcome to part 5 now.
Hell yeah.
We're part 5.
It's like part... Yeah, this part 5.
Okay, so we was in Blue Lock.
Yeah, let me go ahead and
I'm
start
with my boy.
recording.
I'm with my boy.
Ninjameliodaku.
The trash can, you know.
Yeah, he got us sitting behind the trash can because he was too lazy. What's up, y'all? Ninjameliodaku, and I'm here again with
Banragto.
Yes, I know I started my intro a bit later than his, but again, he got us sitting behind the trash can. And no, we ain't out here dumpster diving.
No, we out here begging for money like we homeless.
No, the hell we ain't.
We with that boy JD.
Hell nah.
The dude we playing with.
Nah,
his ass followed us. Yeah, he followed us. That boy, he been in the back of the police
truck. He wanted to ask his granny because he followed us because he wanted to be hard. First he was an op, now he want to be hard.
I remember he snitched.
They call me by your there.
So shit, his ass started snitching.
Give me
some.
I'll give you a waterfall to me. Give it to me. I swear to God, I'll give you a waterfall.
So, hey, bro, is you ready to start it?
Yeah.
This is part 5.
Wait. Oh no, we were just two.
Yeah, it's 2.
Oh.
It's 2-1.
That's 2-1.
Because Nagi scored after I scored. No, who scored? You scored first, then after I scored. After, because he had scored. Yeah.
Yeah, I scored.
And so I was like, since I can't remember where we was at, I'm gonna start at a new spot since I did not listen to it. Like, I usually watch these before, we start the next part. But I'm working on ninjameliodaku right now, and I'm trying to see where I want to go with this. Because right now we're on the the training part where it's Deku, and I'm thinking of putting Killua. It's gonna be Deku and Killua versus Bakugo and Totoro.
So this is what Killua was in Deku. In My Hero Academia.
No, so basically how it started was he got struck by lightning after getting, bullied by Class 1A and shit. Besides Momo, this new girl who I added in, Rose. No, or Raka, she don't like him. She was one of the ones, right?
Oh yeah,
no. So everybody who's in Class 1A does not like him. Besides Todoroki, who went to a different school because rich, or he was probably homeschooled. Momo, same, probably homeschooled or went to a different school. And Rose, who obviously was with her sister Momo, right? So,
hold on, y'all. I do watch his videos. I just don't like My Hero Academia, so.
Yeah, he said My Hero Academia is ass. Sorry about the traffic. Yes, we out here again sitting behind the trash can. We're going around like 20 minutes from now. During the video, we're probably gonna start walking back to the house. Bro, you got one singular hair sticking up, looking like alfalfa, and it did not lay down. No, it's just one.
Yeah, I'm actually sleepy, to be honest.
No, it's not believing it. All right, come on, let's start. You ready? Yeah. So since I said we're just gonna start from a place, Rayo is gonna be kind of weirded out by.
I remember where we was at. Remember the time? Y'all were talking about them bitches. Them hoes. Remember? Oh yeah, was like making that face, get you them bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so we're gonna start from there. Cause I'm pretty sure we had continued past that part. But he got off the phone with his hoes, and he said the only real hoe for me is Nagi. And I said, wait, hold on.
What?
And I look at Kisei. I said, Kisei, how many girls you just had last night?
I said 3.
I said, hey, yo, Rayo, how many bitches you had last night? He said, Nagi. Nagi looked at him. He said, what?
I'm like, no. Some fruitcakes. Nothing against gay people. That's just that.
And Chigiri gonna walk up to him and slap Kisei on the back of the head saying, you got 2 gay teammates. Shut up. And Rayo gonna think that Chigiri is a girl, so he gonna walk up to Chigiri and start playing with his hair and say, "Hey yo, baby girl."
I'm like, no, Kunigami, look at him.
I said, "Ain't
up
no
your bitch,
bro. They're trying to raise up your." Yo, he trying to rizz up Tigger.
Yo, nigga, go get him.
I don't know what the hell.
He gonna
Hey,
be
you already know how Kunigami left leg is.
I don't know what the hell.
Kunigami go walk up to him. Kunigami. Who the fuck is Kunigami? Damn. Kunigami gonna walk up to him. And he's gonna say, hey, get your hands up off him before I beat your ass. I say, hey, yo, Kunigami. How about you don't beat their ass?
Yeah, because we don't need
And
you
you
to
and
get a check.
Tigris go on them and show them that y'all coupleship is better than me. And he gonna say, I like that point. And I say, I'll walk up to Kisei and say, I just pulled that shit out my ass. I don't even know what the hell couplementship is.
I'm like, is that even a word?
I doubt it is.
I'm like, you know they finna get their ass clapped out there, right?
And say, nah, they could probably get a point with Chigiri's speed right
Yeah,
now.
point.
Yeah, a point. Not they can't win by themselves, but I told them to get a point. That's all they need. And then it's gonna be Bachira and Isagi's turn
What time am I
to get the last two.
Then it's gonna be my turn. Wait, what?
Yeah.
The last two.
Yeah. Bachira and Isagi.
I need to score again.
Bro, everybody on this team has more points than Bachira and Isagi at this point.
Not Nico.
Oh yeah, that's because Nico, he's automatically gonna get through. And he'd be like, what do you mean? And I'd say, well, I talked to my father, and he was like, he needs Nico for something. And Nico's gonna be there. I mean, he obviously still scored points with his team. Because, you know, when we played Team Z, he also played a team. So he already got points under his belt. It's just Team Z players who don't got points under their belts. And Kunigami and Chigiri, they only have one more point than Bachira and Isagi. So we both need them two to get a point in. And Kisei'd be like, what do you mean? They have more points than me. I'd say, but not from Team Z. You remember that match we played against them? How only Chigiri and Kunigami scored, right? And he'd be like, yeah. And I'd say, well, as you see, turns out they played against a team known as Team W before us. Because before we played Team Z, we played some random team, which I did not say. And they played against Team W. I mean, ain't that Team W? Yeah, with no, it's Team Y. It's Team Y. With Bar. Yeah. So they played against Team Y, and they Kunigami and Chigiri both got points because they found out that they could get along together because their weapons work good together. That's why they have more points than Isagi and Bachira. And Isagi and Bachira would say, how about you let us get these next 2 points then? I'd say, but then, and I'd say, oh yeah, because if I let Chigiri and Kunigami get another point, they'll have more than them again. I'd say, yo, Kisei, we gotta stop those two. But Kisei would say, fine, I'll stop Chigiri, you stop Kunigami. I'd say, bet. So I dash off, and he dashed past me. I'd say, that's why it's a dude that's faster than you piece of shit. And he stopped.
What dude?
And he stopped, turning around, yelling, what dude? And I dashed past him, stealing the ball. I'd say, pay attention, Bachira. And he'd say, my name ain't Bachira. I'd say, I wasn't talking to you. And then he'd see Bachira jump over his head. And then he'd see him kick the ball to Isagi, who would score. And they'd be shocked. They'd say, did he just steal from his own teammates? And Kunigami and Chigiri would stop. They'd say, why did you take the ball? I'd say, well, you see, we need everyone on our team to pass into the next selection. Meaning all of us has to have this around the same amount of points, even though, you know, me and Kisei has more points than you guys.
Over 500 billion.
False.
Over 9,000.
Because you know our first game where we played against that random team.
And we blew it out.
Yeah, I scored 3 and Kisei scored 2. And then that's why I've been letting Kisei get more points than me in. And then I go back and get more points than him. It's because I already have more points in total than him. And Kisei would look at me, he'd say, how many points you got then? I'd say, I have 25 points. How many do you have? And he'd scoff saying, I have 19 billion. I'd say, we haven't even played that many games. And he'd say, And he said it doesn't matter. I still have 19 billion.
I'm like, how long I got a plan? Give me the ball. I'm finna catch up to you right now.
I said you can't do that.
I can't.
I'd say, well, I'll just keep the ball away from you and let Bachira.
No, I'm gonna score 4 points for they team.
I mean, I guess that'll work, but
No, 3 points, but they got 1.
I mean, I guess that'll work, but you know I'm not gonna let you score on me, right?
I'm like, come on, just let me score these points.
I'd say even with those points, you wouldn't catch up. You have 19, you'll need 5. 2, 6. Yeah, you'll need 6. And Ego would come over the intercom saying, well, if you can get it 4-4, but 4, the timer hits 25 minutes left, then I'll let you guys go over, and the first team to make it to 10, or whoever has the most before time runs out win. I'd say, so you gonna take that challenge, Keith?
I'm say, shut up, I'm in front of you. Nah, dash, straight passing with the ball.
I'd say, hey, yo, Chigri, you just gonna let him dash? And Chigri would start catching up to him, saying, he's a fruitcake. I said, he's a
Wait, ain't you the fruity one?
And then Chigri would steal the ball once he was distracted by his comments, and he passed it to Kunigami, who would pass it to Bachira, who was in front of the goal. But you know, Kisei, who was being stubborn, wouldn't let that slide. And so he would start running, and he'd slide. But then all of a sudden, Bachira would use his monster dance. And Kisei would be shocked. He'd say, is this an improved version of the first time he used it? And so he'd do a handstand, kicking the ball in the air. But then he'd see Sagi using my Shido's kick, where, you know, the aerial combat where you jump, hit a kind of a backflip, and do the bicycle kick. Yeah, he'd do that, and he'd score the ball in. I said, hey.
Oh, hell nah, he just stole my move.
I said, hey, cuz, why you losing my move again? And I said, hey, yo, Kisei,
She went that way.
where you learned that move from? It was kind of clean. Where you learned that from? Kisei would look at me and he'd say, what do you mean? And he'd look at me, looking at him while he's still doing the handstand. I said, hey, yo, do it again. I wasn't paying attention last time.
I'm like, no. No, damn it.
I said, don't worry. I'll look at the game reviews.
I'm just gonna get ego. You just gonna get ego to delete all game footage.
I mean, it automatically goes to our system, so he'd have to go to our computers to delete it. And I won't let him delete it before I get it.
And he gonna get a bazooka and shoot your ass.
Man, that bazooka ain't gonna catch me.
You not fast.
I'm fast enough that I'm almost as fast as Chigiri, aren't I? So I'm fast enough, I'd say. And I'd look and I'd say, hey, yo, Chigiri, nice steal. He'd say, well, he is an idiot.
I'll be like, oh, hell no. I'll be like, hey, yo, Rio, pass him down to Rio.
I'd say, hey, yo. And he'd say, no. My passes only go to my,
I'm like, shut the fuck up, and I'll dash and take the ball. I think I'll Nisha.
Nisha?
Look, we just see this. Look, see this. Oh, see us. What fuck you going down? Hold on, pause it. Hey, sorry, you know, I had to go be funny. Yep, I had to go be so funny. What was the part we left off of? Oh yeah, him talking about something. He's trying to get the footage of the game. I'm gonna tell Ego to delete all footage. You know.
I'd say, hey, yo, Kisei, you do realize that next point we win, right?
I'm like, y'all ain't finna win.
I mean, you still on our team, so you will win with us. And if you saw them images, I was looking up something. Don't worry, I'll find it when I'm you know.
He was looking up something for his video.
Yeah, I was looking up something for my kilo of that.
But I'm saying, hey, now you so trash that you gotta let Rayo pass you the ball for you to score.
I'd say, hey, yo, Kisei, you so slow that every time you get mad, Chigiri can catch you.
I'm like, that's a damn lie. You know you won.
I'd say, then how come Chigiri stole the ball from you? And I'd say, you stupid blank. Hey, I'm just playing. But I'd say, you stupid idiot. And he'd look at me. And he'd start doing that weird ass laugh again. And I'd look at him. I'd say, what that supposed to do? And I get ready, and I'd start stretching. And then all of a sudden, the whistle was blown, and I'd see somebody dash past me. I'd start looking back. I'd say, ain't no way in hell he's that fast. What the hell just happened? And he'd score. And he'd say, gotta try a little bit harder than that. And he'd start doing that weird ass goofy all laughing.
Yeah, I want to hear it again.
No,
I got y'all.
No. Hey, chill out with that one piece ass laugh.
My laugh folded. That's why they call me Kaido.
Oh, that's why I heard that laugh. But yeah. So I'd say just cause you a bit fast don't mean nothing. And I'd start getting ready. And then the whistle would be blown. And he'd see me kick the ball. I'd say level 1, vanishing kick. But then all of a sudden, I'd hear him
this
laugh
is what
again.
I practice for.
And he'd get there and chest bump the ball. I'd say, I know I didn't kick it as fast as I could. But he stopped that.
I'm like, yo, Nagi, score this.
And he'd kick the ball downfield. And I'd say, where the hell is Nagi? And then I'd sense somebody behind me, so I'd turn around and start running. I said, ain't no way in hell he ran past me. I was so sure that I'd score that I let my guard down. She don't see us. What the hell, Tony? Oh, here. And so I'd dash and I'd be almost there. But then Nagi would do his ball control. I'd say, shit, I forgot about his ball control. And he'd kick the ball in, scoring them their third goal. And I'd say, fine. And I'd kick the ball in the center, and I'd be ready. And as soon as the ball would be, as soon as the ball would be.
As soon as that's the whistle.
Yeah, as soon as the whistle was blown, I'd dash forward. And I'd be face to face with Kisei. And I'd hit a roulette behind him. But then he'd also hit a spin, get him back in front of me. I said, the hell? Is he trying to copy my moves? So I'd do rapid scissors and I'd pass it to Bachira. But then all of a sudden I'd say, got you. And he'd be dashing towards Bachira. And then he'd notice the ball never left my foot. And I'd be running towards the goal. And I'd see Chigiri up, so I'd pass him the ball.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you scoring this. Yo, Nagi, do it.
And Chigiri kicked the ball at the goal, but then all of a sudden, Nagi would jump in front of it, controlling the ball. And he'd kick it over his head to Rayo, who would dash upfield, passing it along past him with some random teammate they have. But Kisei would be like, oh, didn't I say pass me the ball? And he'd ram into Rio, not like, like tripping him up or punching him. Like, he'd bump into him, making him fall. Then he'd take the ball, shooting again. I'd say, you're not scoring this time.
I'm like, I don't have to.
And his eyes would turn black a bit. Like, it ain't fully, but it turned a bit black.
I'm like, I'm not.
And the ball would hit my foot. And I'd be trying to control the ball. And then it just roll off my foot and fall into the goal. And I'd be looking down, shocked. And I'd be like, what the hell was that? And Ego would come over the intercom. Okay, my diamonds in the roast. I guess it's the first to 10 or the first one with the most points. And basically how the rest of this game was turning out, they were whooping our ass. The score would be 8-6, and I'd be standing there. I'd say, so Kisei evolved. No wonder he was beating my ass like this.
I'm like, time for me to switch teams now. I'm like,
I say,
yo,
no.
I only need 2 more points.
I say, no, stay your ass over there.
No, I'm like, I need 2 more points
I say, nah, I got this.
to tie.
Alright, hold up. I gotta pause. You can turn this off.
I need 2 more points.
So I'd tie up my hair. I'd say, yo, Kisei, it's time for me to win this. We win this.
Well, it's time for us to win this. It will go while I still win.
I say, nah. I said, me and with my hair tied up, you know, my hair's tied up. It doesn't look like it. Hold on, let me put up to it. This is how my hair is tied up, by the way. Sorry about the cars.
Damn. The hell was that for?
I don't fucking know, but they loud as hell for no reason.
This nigga my mama.
Huh? That's your mama's?
Come on, wait.
Come on.
So, my hair is tied up like this, right? And I take off my jacket. And once I take off my jacket, I'd say, all right, it's time for us to end this. No, it's time for me to end this. And the whistle would blow. And Keith said to start running with the ball since we had just got the point before that's how we got 7. I just scored. I'm at 6. They have 8. So I dashed with the ball. And Keith said he'd come up next to me running. He said it's still not fast enough. And I'd say, oh, it's time for me to do something that I didn't think I'd ever want to do. I thought that I'd never need to copy something from him. But, no, actually I don't. You remember how I told you there's a guy that's faster than you?
It's not
I just used his technique. And he'd see me kick the ball a bit in front of me. And yes, I'm talking about Julian Loki, you know, like from the World 5. And I dash forward. And he'd be able to catch up with me, you know, on the first his first thing of shoot. But then I'd kick the ball up a bit more, like how he did against Grin. And I'd take off. I'd be dodging everyone on the field, using my dribble skills and stuff. And I'd shoot, scoring 7, 8. I'd say, what's wrong? Not fast enough to keep up.
I'm like, you damn bastard.
And I'd go back, and Chiguru being shocked, he'd say, what was that? I'd say, I copied a move from a guy. I'd say, I could only use that move 3 times without, you know, my legs giving up. My legs don't hurt yet. The second time I use it, it put a bit of strain on my legs. But the third time, I'll completely fall, not being able to move my legs. And Chigiri say, so it's like a double-edged sword. I say, kinda, yeah. And so I'd say, what's wrong, Kisei? Y'all got lead ups. What are you gonna do now?
I'm saying I'm gonna score.
Then once the whistle is blown, Kisei would go to get the ball, but Nagi would take the ball from him and start running upfield. And it's not like he's like running hella fast, but like he'd be running upfield. And Kisei would start running to him. And as soon as Nagi went to shoot, I'd take the ball and I'd pass it to Bacho. And him and Isage would be passing the ball back and forth. Although I think I got an on-screen shot. Yeah, like this. And they'd be going upfield. And I'd say, yo, Isage, pass me that ball now. And he'd see my eyes being, you know, that of the egotistical eyes. And he'd be like, sorry, but I want to score because I'm a striker. And he'd pass it back to these Bacho, dodging and running straight through Nagi and Rayo. And then it'd be Zantetsu on Bacho. And Bacho would use the same move on Zantetsu. And I'd take the ball once he'd go to move after using that move against again, sorry about the background music. And
we don't own copyright.
Yeah, no copyright at all. Cause hey, we can't control people. But you want me to walk up to them and slap them? Hey, turn that off. But yeah, we'd take the ball. No, I'd take the ball, and then Kisei would appear in front of me. And like, you know how Rin was when Say had ball, he was kind of like hunched over and stuff, and his tongue was kind of hanging out. Yeah, he'd be like that. I'd say, whoa, I know I called you a wild beast, but damn, going that far? And he'd say, shut up and give me the ball. And I'd hit a real leg because he just dashed full speed forward. I'd say, you can't turn yet because, you know, you're moving too fast. No pun intended. No song. Turn using his hand on the ground, like he put his hand on the ground and he forced his body to turn and he start dashing after me. I'd say, I'm not using that movement and y'all goalie can't stop me. You're most definitely not stopping me from way back there. So I'd launch the ball and the goalie would try to touch it. I'd say, nah, not this one. I'd say vanishing shot, level 3. And the ball would disappear right as it touches his hand. And it'd be behind his hand, inside of the goal. And I'd smirk. I'd say, yo, Kisei, why you deteriorated to a beast? What's wrong with you? And I'd say, the score is tied now. And Kisei would get up. And I'd look back at the screen. And Ego would be smiling. He'd say, that's the flow. And I say, the flow, huh? I say, what is that? And then Kisei would get the ball and the whistle would blow. And he'd dash past. But I'd steal the ball. And I'd pass it to Chiguru. But then he'd steal the ball from Chiguru. And he'd pass it to Rayo, dashing past Rayo, telling him something, which I couldn't hear because I was too busy trying to chase him down. And while I'm chasing him, he'd look, he'd say, this is my point. And I'd see the ball look like it's coming in dead in between us. So I'd use the move Nagi did on Rayo, where he jumped and put his leg under his other leg, tapping the ball. But then all of a sudden, Kisei would hit a roulette behind me, and he launched the ball into the goal. And I'd say, shit, I didn't fully control that. And I'd say, okay, you may do have a trick up your sleeve, but so what? And I'd fall over, and I'd say, damn it. I unintentionally used that move again. I'd say, no worries. I still can use it once more. And I'll use it to score the final point. And he'd get out of the flow and he'd start breathing a bit heavily. And he'd say, damn it. I can't fully control that. And then we see Nagi just standing there like he's a monster that wants to score. And I'd look up, seeing there was only 10 minutes left on the clock. I said, okay, hey yo, Isagi, let's use that move. And as soon as the whistle was blown through the microphone, or the whistle was blown, me and Isagi would kick the ball, but it wouldn't be like normal. Bachira would have passed it into the air, and we both would have did an aerial combat bicycle. And I'd say, vanishing shot, level 5, final kick, and then I'd land. But we both land only after Isagi says direct shot. And once we land, we both say at the same time, unblockable shot. And Kisei and the goalkeeper both would try to block it. Kisei with his leg and the goalkeeper with both his hands, even using his head trying to stop the ball. And I'd say, what are you guys holding? The ball's behind you. And the ball would be in the goal.
Oh, bro, boy got Batmobiles.
Yeah, what?
That boy got Batmobiles, bro.
Yeah. And so I'd be standing there. And I'd say, all right, everyone, it's time to get this back. We can't let them win. And Kisei going back into his flow state. Like he has semi-control of it. Like it's only when he's like angry or like focused. And he'd be completely focused. Like he'd be drooling. I'd say, hey yo, you got the squad man.
I'm like, shut the hell up.
And then the whistle was blown and he dashed past. But Chigiri would be in front of him saying, oh, you thought you were getting past me this time?
I forgot. I was like, you forgot one thing.
Well, I'll continue